how it's never ever happened before. But Nuffle Shuffle is finally back today. I've got to apologise for so much stuff to do in real life and other stuff and Fable preview shows and my own playoffs and whatever else I can make an excuse for. But I'm going to make it up for you today because I've not got one but two of the top coaches of the PS4. I have the one and only Messi kind of big deal Flush and Shagrath.
Unbelievable.
Let's hope he's drunk so we can beat him. Shagrath. Now then. A Canadian, I do believe.
Yeah.
Thank God I got that right, because if you're American, I've probably just insulted you. So welcome, guys.
Sorry.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, Bernie.
I've got a trendy thing to try out later, and I needed two crazy guys who weren't serious because this is going to be bizarre. But I am going to say more about that. You know me, I come up with some crazy stuff. But we've got a good show. We've got a really good show today, and I think, as I was speaking to some of the big wigs of the Xbox, that if I can get three coaches on, obviously including myself, it'll work a lot better show. So I'm great that you two have come on to help me out here. And,
anytime, mate. Anytime.
Sure. Let's get on with the start of the show. And as per usual, I've had an hour to get everything sorted, and I'm now scrambling for my my script. Yes, I do have a script. That is about as professional as I will get. Everything else, I mean, I don't even know why I've got a script because it just says wing it, wing it, wing it. So, and obviously talk to me.
As long as you got your cues.
Oh, yeah, I've got my cues. Gimlick's in the chat now then. Gimlick, how are you doing, buddy? Interesting. Gimlick, you are in the show today, believe it or not, in spirit. Yeah, well, if you hang around, you'll know what it's about. I'm just going to make sure I've got my channel sorted. Everything's ready. And here we go then. So the first thing we'll talk about then is the pole position. Now that is whoever is top of this season's ladder. And no surprise to see it's that bloody Spaniard, Azuane, number 5.
He's at it again, isn't he?
Oh, he's a bugger. El Ojo del Huracan or something like that. I'm sure someone else with better pronunciation. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what, you see again, eh? So I'm going to just type in Azuane in the coach name so I can have a look. But I tell you what, this team looks amazing.
Yeah. 2000 TV on the dot. Amazing record, 23-4-3. It's looking tasty. Yeah.
How would you deal with number 10, Gaz? He seems a bit. If we haven't got a lightning bolt, how else are we going to get rid of this guy?
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, wizard and then stamp. it's usually my plan A.
The messy flush school of getting rid of good shit.
That's it.
Yeah.
Is that the strength 5?
Yep.
Agility 4 monster?
Yeah. Yeah. Not good, is it?
Oh yeah, that guy. Well, yeah, bolt and step on him, I guess.
And then he's got some lovely killers. A lot of Stanfair. What I love Stanfair. And obviously as well, he's got his Stanfair, his guard. This is the sort of team I expect to be built like an Azuane. And
who do you
go on? Sorry.
Who does he carry the ball with? Who do you think he carries the ball with?
He usually carries the ball with the agility 4 strength 5 guy. He usually has the ball.
That makes sense.
Right.
And even if you got a lightning bolt, sometimes he just still doesn't care. I'm a man, I don't really care. And also with the lightning bolt,
he's got guard as well.
Yeah, so he can do everything.
He can internally guard in his own cage.
And I've noticed as well, he's got bloody tentacles on that bloody strength 5 piece as well to make it even more harder. There was a couple of teams I looked at when I was having a look at the show, and we'll have a look at some of the teams soon as well. This is one of those that I obviously put down as going to be probably one of them who's probably going to win the playoffs. Hey, Robin, the zone. Hola, amigos. Robin, I think you're my only subscriber, see? You don't need loads of subscribers. I tell you who I feel like. I feel like Jerry Maguire. That's who I feel like. All these big businesses with 1,000 sportsmen, and I've got my one subscriber, Robin DAZN. This is where Tez1 says he isn't a subscriber anymore.
Show me the Blood Bowl.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out one of those, like what Jimmy's got, like, is it called a little avatar? What you can use for my subscriber?
Yeah.
I'm figuring that out. I've got a really scary, distorted picture of my face. Yeah, a little bit.
That'll send them running.
I think I'll be down to no subscribers by the end of the day. But hey, I thought I would try and give you something special, and it's obviously more. It looks more cooler than Jimmy's, honest, really does. But I am biased. It is my face after all. So there we go. Advo dice mode. Okay. I was going to say I'd vote to feature then. I have no idea. Anyway, I'm going off script here. Nothing wrong, nothing new there, I should say. This team then. Yeah, as I said, that's what the script says. Wing it. How would you beat this team, guys? Come on. I mean, obviously, Shagger, you're going to be in the playoffs. How are you going to beat this team? How are you going to beat it?
I'm not sure. It's do I go first and try to knock out some goats, or do I let him go first and maybe absorb some of his hits and maybe he exposes one of his pylon guys and I can step on him? I don't know.
Yeah. Because I mean, obviously, you've got like 3 wrestle fend pieces to go on your line of scrimmage. So if I had your team, I'd probably kicked him first because I know I'm guaranteed that my 3 guys are still alive at this point on that front line. What are there to do a job? Where if I go say second, if I receive first, you may lose a few of those wrestle fend pieces as the game progresses. So I think I would.
Well, that's. I like receiving in the playoffs too because. Going second, I mean, if there's overtime, going second can be a little bit more
give you a bit more
reroll
control.
friendly.
Yeah.
It's reroll friendly too, right? Like the guy who gets possession is probably going to use a reroll. Hopefully, more rerolls than.
Yeah, I mean,
what am I trying to say?
It's sort
you know
of,
what I mean?
I usually end up going second. I don't feel any pressure because I'm so used to going to overtime now. It's like I'd be more pressurized if I tried to win it in normal time. But I suppose if you go first, you're 1-0 up, then all the pressure's on him because you don't have to score. You've just got to stop him from scoring.
You hope you're 1-0 up. If you're not 1-0 up, then the fucking pressure's on you, man.
Exactly.
Shit, I hate that.
Well, that's
or you can flip it. You can see it from the other point of view because then they've got one opportunity to have one drive, and then technically the ball's yours for the rest of the game. Yeah. That's how I kind of see it. It's very race dependent as well. I mean,
it is.
Yeah.
If I'm Norse, then I pray that I'm driving first. Because the last thing you wanted to be on the receiving end of an opening match, but in the right circumstances, I don't mind receiving. Just for that reason, it's good for the grind. If you've got the guys who can absorb hits.
Yeah, I mean, like I said,
he can score as quick as he likes.
It is dependent, isn't it? I mean, the thing is, with most teams, I'd be scared to let him go first because he's got the killers, but. Shagrath's team is built to be able to, take these hits on the front line. So, he's
Shag, your team, man, humans, 7th place. That's a phenomenal record. 21-5. Superb.
I love it. I don't know if I should sit on them or keep playing. There's some development to be had, but I'll probably
there always
lose
is,
people.
Isn't it?
All I would say is, don't get too good with them because you know what's coming next. The Bernie's tip. Yes. So just reel yourself in a bit there. Don't go too good, because then you'll convince me.
Under the radar, man.
And that'll be it. Just keep under the radar, and everything will be all right.
That's what I've been doing the past few seasons, man. Getting really high up there, just flying on the gray man. I'm a gray man.
It's worked for you,
yeah.
Gedley's in the chat as well. Gedley, we'll be having a look at your team soon. So stay with us. But there's 2 teams where if someone came on said pick 2 teams, who's going to win it? I had this as one of them. Sorry, Azzo, but you haven't paid me for ages, so I'm going to have to tip you. Yeah. So this is a team I like. Good. It's got everything. It's got wrestle tackle pieces to get the ball loose. It's got killers. It's got a jump up as well. It's got a strength 5 agility 4 monstrosity. It's got a tentacle guy who can just get to you. It's just brilliant.
It's all round. It's horrific, isn't it? It's horrific.
It's a user-friendly team too, right? Yeah. It doesn't need any weird finagling or bullshit rolls. He just needs to base you and punch you, which is pretty awesome. I mean, pretty awesome.
Even I could play with this team and maybe win a game.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how good this team is.
Yeah, I like any team that anybody can use well. You don't need to be a master Blood Bowl player. To use this team and use it effectively, really.
Yeah. I think it's a really good team. What's he got as his security gate? Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. 23 wins, 4 draws, 3 losses. So obviously a very good record. And it's got
only 1 death sustained. Oh man, I fucking hate these guys. Sorry my language, but like these guys. Like I went through my last playoff run, man. I had 6 deaths total, 5 of which were in the playoffs themselves. These guys go through whole seasons. 1 death.
Well, You know what that is?
That's
You know,
Yeah, that's
frustrating.
crazy, isn't it?
people say Aswin's Nuffle himself, and that would explain why he doesn't get the deaths. But yeah, this team's been pretty
Yeah.
healthy. So there we go.
Very healthy.
So let's have a look at some of the teams we think may be able to knock Aswin off his perch. Maybe not take top spot, obviously in the ladder, but when we get to the playoffs and knock him out. Now, one guy I'm really been impressed with, and he did quite well in the playoffs again this season, is Dave1225. Us Calcium Cast calls him Dave Scummy Wizard. You see Magic Place Boy. He loves playing Undead. He's a great player. And again, 25, 11, and 3. So let's have a look at Dave's team.
He's a great Undead player. He knocked me out earlier on in this season's playoffs playing Undead, and he got to the sharp end of it then, and he's going with them again. So it's a race that he's very comfortable with, and he's only just got to second place. He's been obviously grinding round the clock because he was down in sort of 8th to 10th yesterday, and I think he's had 3 or 4 games in quick succession, and all of a sudden it's UC 1-2.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because I was looking at, if we've got time, I might discuss it later, but I think Blood and Tears have been putting a bit of a marker down to UC. They're like, hey, you're not,
they have,
because there's been a lot of BTs going about, and obviously we've got FanFox Blood and Tears in the final. And they're like saying, hang on a minute, UC, you're not the top dogs, there's Blood and Tears, we know what we're doing. Obviously, MML, I think that's probably, you'd put Gadley flying the flag for the MML, I'd imagine. But
he will be, yeah.
not many of them, not many of the MML guys actually play it. Someone called Trip something, I think he's from ML, whoever he is. But mainly Gadley.
What a chump.
Isn't it? Yeah. PhD. So yeah, I mean, again, I look at this team. I think the reason he's playing a lot of games is this team still needs a bit of development. I think, and if he's got the chance to play,
something must have happened. I think he's had a bit of attrition recently, because there's no way that he's slumped to 15-30 after that many games. Something must have happened.
He lost
so maybe a little rebuild is in order.
Now,
so I think,
being a stat whore like I am, you look at the kills and death ratio, kill-death ratio, and then you compare that to Arswayne, just seven kills and 11 deaths, to like 15 kills and 1 death. I mean, obviously he suffered a lot of attrition. The guy has been brutalized, and that's something to be said for his record then too, right?
Yeah,
absolutely,
I think I have this weld of mine, and obviously it's a very dangerous weld to come in because there's no way out. But I always think Dave's one of those guys who's a great coach, but we always go on about the Arzawaynes of the world, and obviously, of course, the Chagras of the world. But the Dave doesn't get that sort of respect that some of the other guys get, like the FanFoxes and stuff. And I think he's just as good as them. He knows how to play. And I played him before, and we've had good tussles before, and his positioning's really good. So it's a very key thing in Blood Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
He's excellent, yeah.
And I love it that he plays Undead. He's like, I like me Undead. I'm going to go with me Undead again. We was unlucky last season. We're going to give it another go. And obviously, he looks like he's going to qualify. So I can't wait to see how he does. It just needs a bit more developing. But again, there's that risk reward. What you was talking about earlier, Shagrath, about dare I keep playing him, because if you run into like an Arzawayne, that could be bad health for your team.
But does Arzawayne keep playing? Do you think Arzawayne's going to keep playing?
No, Arzawayne's done. Me
done,
being his personal assistant and servant whore, he's told me that he's happy with.
Yeah, if I were Arzawayne, I would sit on that team. I wouldn't risk it for BS.
He ain't playing anymore.
One stat upgrade or something like that.
He's more than happy with what he's got, and he's more than happy to go with that. So you probably won't run into him, but there's other ones like that. Is it UC Things or something? Nergal, Kill Team running about. Various other ones. Yeah. So you may have to fun to run into them. But there's Magic Plisbo. Right, let's have another one. The other one, what is a really sick team, as my son would say. Sick apparently meaning cool these days. I'm trying to get with the lingo of these cool kids. We just say, back in my day, we'd say that is awesome or amazing. We wouldn't say that's sick, because that's something you do after you've had a night out. But let's have a look at Gedley's team, the K-Swarfs Try Harding. This is again another really nasty team, and I do believe that he is 2-time back-to-back MML champion as well. Gedley, regarded probably one of the best on the PS4. This guy needs no introduction, but I've just given him one because he paid me a lot of cash to say it. And this is a good team. Look at this. That bull set
stats, man. Stat upgrades.
Death. Maybe on a double one.
He does like his stats. Look at that. Is that 4 strength ups?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I can't get that.
That's sick.
Fuck.
and like Shrek is like, I can't even get one stat up, and you
I can't get one. I get an agility stat up, and I'm like, yes, my world is made better.
Yes, I got an agility stat up on my zombie. Woohoo!
Yeah, this guy.
Like,
this guy's got 2. Oh man, 2 agility.
But if you look closely,
he's
he's lost a ball, so he's got a rookie centaur there, which could be crucial. But look at the other one.
Yeah,
the other one is just phenomenal.
The other one.
That'll win in matches on its own.
It's like, they'll be like, oh my god, we've lost a bull, we're going to struggle. And the other bull just says, hold my beer, and gets the ball and just runs up the pitch and scores. I mean, a strength 5, agility 3, blodge, break tackle bull is, it's a bit. I'd like to see him play against Arzaway, because we'll have this big freaking bull, and this strength 5, agility 4, KS Warrior just eyeballing each other, going, going, right, I'm going to have you.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Give each other special hugs.
He's got a strength 4 claw Palin on piece. That's getting booted if it's Palin on.
Yeah, but he's only got the one, and only half of his dwarves are leveled, so it's kind of a little bit top heavy, isn't it? If you look at it.
It is. Yeah. It is. But if you're gonna be top,
you take out 1 or 2 key players, and he's gonna suffer.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's Chorf, so.
Statistics wise, 14 kills inflicted, so not bad, and only 4 deaths sustained. But again, we don't know how many injuries. 46 casualties sustained. So,
you know what it is?
What is it?
I can imagine it being the 4 deaths being a bull centaur and 3 Chorfs. 3 chaos dwarves being the worst kind of. I've only had 4 deaths. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
It's like when you play a game against someone and they've only done 1 injury all game, but they've killed your best player, and it's like you might as well just fucking injured 5 of them, and 5 nobodies, and I'd have took that even better. But again, he's a great coach. That's quite a popular thing. I've had to sack 3 bulls, said Gadley. So there you go, 3 bulls being sacked.
There you go, yeah.
But luckily, he's still got his main one. 22 wins, 8 draws, 3 losses is a fantastic record. It does help when you end up playing Washington Dead things a few times, though. That's quite nice. Looking at, I feel like I'm being tripped now. I'm looking at who he's played who's good. He was beat Magic Potato. That's a good.
Flicky Lizzie's is okay.
Yeah. The things as well. He's giving them a slap. So, but yeah, we know, we know how good Gadley is, and I think this is a team I looked at, and I really fancied tipping these until I looked at them properly and thought, like I think it was you who said, Messi, they're a bit top heavy, aren't they? So Gadley would be delighted.
If you had a couple more guard on a couple of those dwarves, then it'd make all the difference. But yeah,
I would be tempted. I would be tempted to keep playing, if I'm being honest. If this was my team, because Gadley's good enough to look after his main pieces anyway. And it's not like he has to win because him and Fant are both safe. So I would definitely be looking to play a few more games, just try and get, even if you just get guard on your your level Chorfs, that will make a big deal, won't it?
Yeah, huge deal.
No plug intended there. Don't want to get sued by Messi for using the word big deal. So yeah, that's a good team as well. Now then, here's a guy everybody loves. We're looking at Dream Vacation, the PhD mastermind himself, Trippus' team, and he's been telling everybody who would listen, this team has gone so many games undefeated that they might as well give him the trophy now.
That's right, 23 games undefeated, I think was the claim.
That is correct, yes, that is the claim, I've checked, and it is. Although I will throw out there, apart from Shod, there's not many big coaches he's gone against. He seems to have been able to use guerrilla warfare tactics and missed all the top coaches. So as Trippus would say, if you don't play the good coaches, then your record is up for debate. And Trip, your record's up for debate. Now I'm going to get hate mail from about 10 coaches of beat saying, "God damn you, Bernie! You're not all that either, you suck, Bernie." But I know that already. Now then, let's have a look at this team. I'm glad that he's doing really well with Khemri, because I like these sort of teams doing really well. The Khemris, the Elven Unions, the Vampires, to name a few. So respect to him on that, and he's played them really well. And 23 games on the bounce, not being defeated, whoever it's against, is fantastic. 20 wins, 9 draws, 4 losses. He obviously plays them very, very well. I mean, the team looks good. He's got a killer. But I look at this team and it's like, it's all right. It's a no frills team. But he obviously
One
plays them
tackle.
well. Yeah. It'll be in trouble if he comes up against something like elves, dark elves, them sort of Skaven. He might have a problem against, or someone with quite a lot of dauntless like the Brits. But yeah, I mean, what do you think, guys? I mean, it's only 3 guards, but I suppose strength 5 helps.
I think it's a wonderful team.
Solid.
He did mention earlier in the season that he's lost at least a couple of Tomb Guardians along the way, and if that's the case, then he's recovered amazingly because he's got block first skill on one of the rehashed Tomb Guardians. He's got block mighty blow.
Yeah.
He's got a smattering of guard there. He's got a killer Blitzra.
Yeah.
A rookie Blitzra as well, which he must have also lost. But apart from that, it's a lovely team. I've done Kimry runs in the past few seasons. I'd have loved to have had one as stacked as this. Very good, especially the runners.
Yeah, the runners are very nice, and that's something I noticed. He's got fend on both of them as well, so that's very good. Kick-off return, I'm a big fan of kick-off return on pieces like this.
Absolutely.
I mean, if
throw though, why throw? I don't like accurate on them.
No,
it's a funny one, but it just gives that extra thing. A lot of people do it. I've never really done it myself, but I like the fact that he's sacked off a reroll for a leader.
Yeah.
So his TV is very nice. There's only 1670, and he's got 150 in the bank. With the new financial fair play rules, of course, he can't just overload that in round 1 and hope to get through. But
that's a good thing, I think.
He will always go in as the underdog in terms of TV. So to be able to go in with this team plus inducements is nice. People won't be looking forward to that.
The only thing I fear for Tripp is there's a lot of bad matchups for him. And if he gets a bad matchup, I mean, I would fancy someone like Arzwin's Chaos to rip this team to shreds. But I also expect the Wood Elf team to be able to run circles around this as well.
Yeah.
I think he'll have the biggest problem. I think Camry always have the biggest problems with like Skaven, Wood Elves, fast agility-based teams.
Yeah.
Against a bash team like Arzwin's, I think he should choose to go first and just try to out-punch him. And get those inducements up. Maybe sack the 100k and maybe get the Nuffle altar for that game, and then maybe get a big mummy. Something like that, just to mitigate the TV or the money you can spend.
Absolutely. If he can go the first couple of turns toe to toe, I think maybe
and get some sweet removals with that mighty blow.
And that's it. I mean, Blob Skills showed you how to beat Azawin. Was it a couple of seasons back by almost pitch clearing Azawin? So if you can do that, no problem.
Yeah. If you can pitch clear, you got it.
Yeah. Afternoon to Bear Skill Gaming, fellow Orc player. If someone could please kidnap him for the next week, that'd be good. But yeah, welcome anyway. But yeah, I mean, like Dream Vacation, very, very well done to Trippers. All joking aside, and I wish him well for his play.
And healthy
run.
too.
Yeah.
That's another thing. No stat downs or anything like that. I mean, he suffered some casualties, but
it is
pretty good.
A couple of dudes on the bench as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Some fouling opportunities. So
next one I want to have a quick look at, and the last one we'll have a look at is Ready Player One, Gimlick's team. Because I know people like these Elven Unions, and they're a bit of a cool team at the moment, aren't they? So let's have a look at the bloody Elven Union. Oh God, 1160. What's happened to his team?
Murdered, probably.
What's happened? Oh my word!
Yeah,
you could have told me. You could have told me. I'm doing a 1500. What am I supposed to talk about this team for? It's bloody rich.
Yeah, the nasty run.
We can see that.
It got punched.
Thanks, mate.
It got punched.
No, but thanks for giving me. Well, you know what? I know you're doing the Nuffle Shuffle show, but you might not want to see my team because there's nothing left of it.
2 Nurgle teams in a row, man. That kind of sucks.
Oh man, this team is.
I like the outfit though. Did he pay for that outfit?
Got in 60 seconds. Absolutely. Yeah, let's look at the team. Very nice. Yes, lovely.
Using those
little neon.
Yes.
I like that.
I don't really know what to say about this team apart from hey, it's had a bit of a bad. He wasn't that long ago. He was saying, "Oh, I just need a few more pieces and it'll be done." Yeah, you're right. A few more pieces. They are in pieces. Literally in pieces.
Pretty short of Blitzer too.
Yeah, he's
got one.
Has he even got one?
He's got one who's down.
He's got one,
top.
but it's MNG'd. Yeah. So he doesn't even have any blitzers at the moment.
Yeah.
He's got 4 catches, which are very, very good.
They've somehow managed to survive all the carnage.
I like the pass block.
Pass
17
block.
wins.
Ooh.
Yeah, 17 wins,
that's
11 draws, 5 losses. That's good. That's real good. Oh God, yeah. You see the things proper C-bomb. They're not. But remember this. Claw doesn't work against us. We're armor 7. Yep. Right, you're blown piling
He's
on
armor
us.
6 now.
Yeah, I'm armor 6. You're not gonna beat me.
Who's looking silly now?
It's the most. It's something. That's what he's done. TV. Fishing.
All that TV wasted. Yeah.
Yeah, all that TV wasted, boy. Jokes on you. Anani Beskels, you could get lucky. Currently, you are in a qualifying spot. Not for long, Anani. Yet, not for long. I've got my spies and my hitmen on the case. Obviously, if you get a knock on your door, please answer it. It'll be the postman. With a nice package. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I've been hoodwinked. I expected to see glorious Elven Union team, what we could promote and tell everybody why you should go Elven Union. Instead, we've probably just put people off playing them. Well, he is going to probably make it.
The Gimlick, man, strong arm on the thrower. What do you? I don't know. I don't agree. I'm just gonna say, what double do you take? What do reasonable people take as a double for a thrower? Strong arm just sounds drunk. Pile it on, yeah.
I would say armor. This team needs armor. You're getting armor.
What is that?
Crikey, you know the way this team's been going.
Critical.
Oh man, it's I feel for him. But again, because they're elves, you know, as much as we're laughing and joking about it, you know, they could still win. That's the thing. You know, that's the
Everybody's
thing.
got dodge, so
you only need 2 elves to score. You know, so.
Yeah. Tripperus, you are late. I'm afraid we've just finished your team, sadly. So you know, and you can't blame me. I told you what time we was going live, so don't blame me for it. So yeah.
What I guess has happened is he spent his last $100 replacing that catcher, and so he's got nothing in the bank. But to have, well, I don't know, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7 guys, I think, if I'm counting right, he's gonna have to play some more, I think.
Yeah,
he has to play more.
Just to get those 2 blodges back, because even though they're armored down, it's still blodge, you know. And,
he was like, I don't want to play anymore. I mean,
I bet he doesn't.
Yeah,
be strong,
at least
man,
one more game. Yeah.
I think good.
But
he's there. I told you what time I was going live, and if I was 5 minutes late, that gives you even less of an excuse to be here on time. That means you had 5 minutes extra to get here. I don't know. Yeah,
12 deaths.
12
deaths.
Yeah.
Man.
So I was.
Once again, that's a testament to his record, you know. To suffer
I really
he's still top of the heap.
I really wasn't going to mention the 12 deaths because I thought we'd probably put everybody off playing Elven Union, and if I haven't, you just nailed it. 12 deaths. That's more than anybody else we've seen so far. 12 deaths.
Oh,
yes.
brutal.
So there you go. Yeah.
Kudos for sticking with the team, man. For sure.
It must have been
man,
lit on
after all that.
Well, he has to now. He's in qualifying position. He can't get out of it.
Yeah.
It's a mandatory playoff place.
Oh dear. Right then. Okay, let's get to the next thingy. It's time for the mastermind quiz. With a twist.
Oh god, that's back.
With a twist. I didn't tell you, did I? But this has got a twist because it's not the normal mastermind where we have 60 seconds. Oh no. We're gonna take the Canadian hunk, the vampire, the big deal. No, you can't be the big deal. The vampiric drunken Shagras will team off against the kind of the big deal Mercy
Are you joking?
Nope. I'm gonna ask the question, and the first person to answer it gets the point. But you need a buzzer. You need a buzzer.
You need a buzzer, yeah.
But we can't have buzzers because I'm not technically any good. So you're going to have your own buzzer. Now for Mercy, if you know the answer, you've got to say, kind of a big deal, Mercy. That's what you got to say. If you say that before Shagras buzzer, and I don't know what we can call Shagras. Yours can be, Shagras can be, Shagras the Canadian drunk. There you go. So whoever gets in first,
it's like the worst university challenge ever.
And And if you get it wrong, the other guy gets to answer it. So, test that buzzer for me, Mercy. Test your buzzer for me.
Kind of a big deal, Mercy.
And Shagrath?
Shagrath the Canadian drunk.
There you go.
Shagrath
So
Canadian drunk.
Get that slur in there.
We got
got
a
it.
slur, guys.
We seemed it. So, no cheating, made the best man win. And here we go.
Sure.
True or false, Dyna has won a championship on the PS4.
Shagrath the Canadian drunk.
True or false?
Yes. Yes.
No, it's false.
No.
Yeah,
fuck.
does that mean I get a point?
You get the point. Usually I won't give the
No.
answer away.
1-0.
But I
I
mean,
thought he did.
you know what? I didn't want to. I didn't want to pass it over to Mercy just in case he got the question wrong, because like there's only true or false, and if he'd have gone with true, I'd have been yeah. So it's 1-0 to
Kind of a big
Mercy.
deal, Mercy. I'm gonna opt with for no.
Yeah, he hasn't, and you would have got that wrong.
Alright.
You would have got that wrong because it would have been false. So it's a good job he gave you the point. Are you ready for question 2?
Oh Christ.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Name
Sure.
name the race Sergel won his Ps4 championship with.
Kind of a big deal, Mercy.
Yep.
Dark Elves.
Correct. 2-0
Oh.
to Messi
Before my time.
getting it done. Come on,
They
now.
beat me in the semis, man.
Shagrath, it's
that was a
alright.
harsh
If you lose, we'll claim you sober. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I
Question
am.
3. Question 3. How much does a gutter runner cost?
Shagrath is drunk. 90. Is it 90K? I think it's 90K.
No, it's not bloody 90K,
Kind
Shagrath!
of a big deal, Mercy. I'm gonna weigh in here with 80.
It is
Oh,
correct.
that was my
80K.
second.
Gimli got it wrong as well.
Shit.
You better start getting them vodka shots in pretty quick because you're losing badly. See, if you'd done your buzzer right, you'd have got that right. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go.
Yeah.
What costs more, a bull centaur or a troll?
Shagrath the
Kind
drunk.
of a big deal, Mercy. Damn it.
Okay, oh, that's-
Trolls.
Bull Centaur costs more.
You are correct. A bull centaur does cost 130k.
Right,
A
it
troll only costs 110. The comeback's
Darn
on. The comeback's on. Starting skills on a high elf thrower.
Shagrath the drunk.
Yeah.
It's safe throw and pass.
It's 3-2. We're getting back in it. 3-2.
Oh,
Oh
no.
man. Oh, Messi.
Pressure.
Messi's getting ready to tilt. He's tilting. He's gonna blame the dice. He's gonna blame the questions.
It's gonna start fouling all of a
That's it.
sudden.
The fouls are coming out. Here we go. Before
What is
first
this?
game, how much does a Bretonian reroll cost?
Shagrath the drunk.
Yeah.
It's 70K.
Oh, you are correct. It's 3-3. Oh,
Oh,
he's getting
man.
them hard sixes now. He's getting them hard sixes. Right, and we
No
have
bloodlust.
got 5 questions to go. What race won the first ever Champions Cup on the PS4?
No one knows.
I
I
can-
have no
Have a
idea.
guess.
Oof.
Kind of a big deal, Mercy.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Dark Elves.
You are wrong. Shagrath?
Ooh.
Orcs?
You are correct. It was Orcs. Yes,
Ah,
it was
you
Arzawain.
Arzawain?
And
Yeah,
what was so
that's-
famous about that was Fanfox with his lizards should have scored. He had it won, but he ran out of time as he went to click onto the touchdown square. It was very famous. But
And Fox, man.
as we know, Fanfox wouldn't have won it if the Dwarfs didn't get robbed with their 10-25 touchdown. Treason Bill Pennant Cake's not better at all. Hashtag screw you refs. Number 8, so it's 4-3. 4-3. So it was 3-0 down. It was 3-0 down, it's 4-3. I like how Mace is doing
That's how we
this.
do it.
It's the hope what kills you, Shagrath. It's the hope what kills you. Here we go then. How much does a Kislev lineman cost?
Shagrath the drunk.
Yep.
It's 60K.
You are correct. 5-3.
Boom!
Mercy, if you'd like to join in anytime, more than welcome.
Looking out of the water. Oh man, well, that was a fantastic display, man. I was destroyed.
Oh, Now, this one you both should know, so I'm expecting you both to be straight on your buzzer. What is the movement of a wood elf catcher?
Kind of
Shagrat the
the
drunk.
mercy.
Oh, you both got that one, didn't you? Oh. Just for fairness, because Mercy used his proper buzzer, because, you know, you didn't put your Canadian part in it, we'll have Mercy have the first.
Canadian part. I keep forgetting that.
So
I'm going to get it wrong now. Is it 8?
You are correct. So that means there's 2 questions left. It's 4-5. Could we be going into overtime if Mercy gets his next question right, or will Shagrath be a pipe pooper and just be excellent as he always is and score? True or false? So it's basically nice and easy. Does all Kislev pieces come with leap?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shagrat the Canadian drunk.
Yep.
No, they don't.
And why is that?
Because the bear.
Yes, you are correct. Bloody hell. He's too good for me. He was too good for me. So just for the fun of it, the last question, and it's already been mentioned this. Tripper's team, Dream Vacation, is on an undefeated run of how many games?
Kind of a big deal, Mercy. 23.
You are correct. So in our first ever head-to-head mastermind, you both did amazingly well, but it ends Mercy kind of a big deal. I wish Shagrath was drunk. 5. Shagrath is drunk but can't remember what nationality or which country he comes from. 6. So congratulations.
Well played.
Well played, both of you. I thought you both did
GG.
extremely well.
That's quite stressful.
The MVP.
I think the buzzer is that's the clincher. If you can get past the buzzer, you're all right.
Unfortunately, though, the MVP went to the loner. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to another a new segment in the show, the 50-50. And well, basically, I take something out of my lovely crazy brain, where there's where people are either one way or the other way. And this week we are talking about, are chainsaws worth it or a waste of cash on inducements? Ooh. Messi, you have the floor. Good or bad?
Yeah, they're kind of like they're kind of a poison chalice, aren't they? Because you think, oh, chainsaw, great fun, but usually, I think 9 times out of 10, they get sent off on turn 1, or they cut themselves in half, or you get one turner scored against you, and he gets sent off, or there's just so much wrong that can happen.
Yeah.
That it's just one of those freak games where you saw everyone to death and it's wonderful, but usually. Yeah, they're a waste. I'm just gonna
show you why it's called the 50-50. Duran says chainsaw is trash. 9 out of 10. Penfox, chainsaws are awesome, man. See, I mean, you got one for one and one for the other. That's why it's called 50-50. Shag, do you agree with the trashy? I was just gonna say trashy vamps then. The trashy chainsaws or chainsaws a-okay?
I think it would depend a lot on context. Like, who you playing? Do you have the altar? Stuff like that. If you have the altar, I mean, they're generally going to be like, what, an 80k star player? It depends how far you're down, too. Random, like, just... most of the time, I would say, no, they're not worth it. But I have played guys who chainsaw me first turn, get a kill, and I'm like, what the fuck is this world coming to? And, you know... Stuff like that, or sometimes the chainsaw guy, you can't get him down because he's either got blodge or he's strength 4 or something. You don't roll the right. Dice,
Nobler Blackwort, the goblin one. Yeah, he's excellent because he's got blodge, so that dodge protection just goes a long way, doesn't it?
The thing is, though, a lot of times people have one guy with tackle, don't they? So you know, it's. I mean, I'm not a big fan of chainsaws. It might be because I roll a lot of ones.
Me neither.
Frank Fox trying to get with the kids. He said, "Sorry, chainsaws are sick." Yeah, so he's trying to get it. He's trying to get down and be a daddy cool, try and be one of the homies.
I could see uses against like dwarves and stuff with the armor modifier just on their own.
The thing is, though, I've had this conversation before where people say, "Oh yeah, they're real good against like AV9," but it's more likely to fail against AV9 than say AV7, like a nice juicy war dancer. I think it's very. Most times I won't take one. Or I don't really want to take them unless I've got another option. But there is exception to the rule. The Goblin 40k chainsaw, I'll take him all the time because for 40k he's a bargain. And the Nuffle altar on an orc team, is brilliant because you get an Orc Chainsaw with the arm and arm for 50k. So if anyone can chainsaw himself and keep on the pitch or take a hit, it's the Orc Chainsaw guy for 50k. To me personally, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I think it's pretty good.
Sure. That's reasonable.
So, I mean, me personally, that's the only times I would take it if there was a bit cheaper. But to me, 110, 120k or whatever they are, that is really expensive. And let's be honest, they usually last about a couple of turns and then they're gone.
They got a big bullseye painted on their head, right? Yeah. I mean, it's usually an easy send off. It's frustrating when they don't get sent, like when you hit them and they don't, you don't break armor and they stay. Like, what the fuck? That's frustrating. But
you sort of get them every now and then. They'll have one amazing game, won't they? And they'll just go on a complete rampage, and then But
which is so much fun. So for that in itself, it can be brilliant. But usually it's
very blood bully. They're very blood bully.
Absolutely, iconic piece.
So if I said to you, yes, they're great, or no, they're a waste of TV or inducements, what would you say? If you have to go one way or the other.
I'll say yes. I'll say yes, they're great.
Okay.
They can be great. They can be great. They can be great.
Yeah. I can never deny a chainsaw.
Well, considering it's like 50-50, I'm going to say no. Although yes, I do admit I do get it. It's not actually 50-50 because two said no. Two have said yes and I've said no. But hey,
it'll never be.
We're blood bowlers. We're gluttons for punishment.
We are.
I for sure. I play vampires, man. I'm a glutton for I love punishment. Hit me. Hit me.
I don't want to blitz their guy. I
dare you.
My vampire. It's so much more fun.
My armor 7 thrall can take it.
Whether he wants to or not.
Yeah, he's gonna take it. He's gonna take something.
Taking something. Right then. Now then, another new section of the show, we're going to have a discussion on Coach Spotlight. And this week's coach we're having the spotlight on there is Gimlick, the Swede. Hey, this one told about
some guy.
Some guy who in their first season rocked up and won the championship. You know, something I've never won ever.
That's right. Yeah, he did with Necros, wasn't it?
He did. He then became
his first flurry.
He then became an admin and has never won it since. Yeah,
he's been hooked ever since though. He's a regular now.
Yeah. Why do you think Gimlick's so good?
You'll have to ask him. He's in the chat.
Is this jerk off Gimlick day? Why is Gimlick so good?
Oh, if he's not, tell me why he's not.
No, he is good. He is solid.
He's absolutely good. Yeah.
My heart kind of sinks every time I play him. I'm like, fuck Gimlick, Jesus Christ. Like I don't want to. Like, not that I don't like playing him. It's just that it's gonna be a tough game usually.
Teddy Tom is claiming that Gimlick is so good because he taught him how to play. Interesting. That is any truth in that? Gimlick, did Teddy Tom learn you how to play? That's an interesting one. But yeah, I mean, the thing about Gimlick though, I think his major strength is that he just plays for fun. He doesn't get really stressed out. I never really hear him be.
That is a very important point. That is a very important
I'll be throwing
fucking and that is a good point too.
Out the window. But he's just like, shit happens, and I'm like, no, he doesn't. Shit ain't supposed to happen. I'm not supposed to roll these ones. You're not supposed to break arm and God damn it. But he's like, it's Blood Bowl, it's a game, so what? And I think that's
considering the state of his team at the moment, that's a good thing.
It is. It is. I think us three would have been like ringing, the Samaritans or counselling, but he's like, it happens. Don't worry about it. I'll still win.
But that's great discipline because a lot of us, we can just run too hard and it can affect your decision making and
you could never accuse him of tilting. Like
no,
that's right. Very patient. You need to be patient.
Calm, cool.
And that is, I mean, that's what you really, in an ideal world, that is what you want as a, the things what make a great Blood Bowl coach, obviously, is calmness, not tilting, positioning, stuff like that. Not having Ben his tip on you, that's always a good thing as well. But, I just think he's really good. He's very good with Necro. I think he's one of the better Necro players, and obviously, no surprise that he obviously won it with them. But all joking aside about his team, what could happen to any AV7 team, I've been really impressed when he's played his Elven Union. I've seen him play some of the big guns as well. I think he even beat Fanfox early in the season as well. That's no mean feat. He's really, really good. And I'm really excited that he's playing a lot of Elven Union, and I hope what's happened to him this season doesn't put him off, because I think he plays Elven Union as good, or if not better than Necro. That's my
Yeah.
my thing.
Yeah, and it's always nice to branch out and try something different and blah blah blah.
Oh,
Because
definitely.
Shaq, you've played a couple of different teams over the last couple of seasons to get over
I try
that
to.
vamp
Yeah.
itch.
I try to qualify. I really do try to qualify with a different team every season.
Yeah.
If
it's a
I'm
good
qualifying
thing.
with Vamps, it's probably because I can't do it with anybody else. Like
Yeah.
last season, that was just completely bullshit. I'm just like, whatever. I
Yeah.
can't
Well,
do it
I
with
mean,
deaths everywhere and
but you are. I mean,
vampires.
you are regarded as the best vampire player on the PS4, though.
Yeah,
That's the claim you
somehow.
have now.
Yeah. I'm the
And
only guy who
obviously,
plays them reallys.
I mean, I'm getting to the age now. I mean, bless my console. So I'm 42 on Monday, so I'm getting to the age now where I can't
Oh.
remember shit. But I still
Happy
Congratulations,
birthday.
bro.
Happy
thank you.
birthday.
I still remember though. I still remember against Duran. Shadra's gonna win. He's getting through to the next round, and then the vampire just walked off.
Just walks
just got the ball,
away.
and I was like, "What are you doing, man?
What are you doing?
And I still remember. If anyone asks me
Great
the one thing I remember about Shagrath, apart from he's Canadian and he likes to drink a lot, is that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so funny because my mind just went boom, boom. It just
What
it
is
just.
wrong with him?
That's a classic
I
moment
was
in
stunned.
history.
I don't know what Duran was thinking. He must have thought, I ain't gonna go and put my lottery on after this. And that's why I love Blood Bowl. There's so many funny things, and that was just amazing. I really did enjoy that.
Well, it's funny you should mention Duran because I think he is the #1 vamp coach this season.
Yeah,
So
he is too,
you obviously made an impression on him at some point. He's like, I'm gonna have a go at that. That's hilarious.
Everything will be fine if you just pay attention and don't drink.
Big news just coming in. Jimmy just rage quit on PS4.
Did he?
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
I don't know.
Again?
I don't know. He got beat by. I hate saying an average player yesterday, but he's a newish player who, yeah. And he's just been beaten again. But the thing is, people think they play the PC. Look, probably the best players are on the PC. I'm not gonna deny that. But because the PC is such a big pool of players, it's just more than likely gonna play against a lot of the newer coaches. Where on the PS4 and Xbox, you don't get that luxury very often. You run into the good players all the time, so you don't get the easy best 10 games against noobs or whatever. Or I better pad my stats out. You don't really get that on the PS4. So when and PC players are find it hard, but there's people like Blob Skills who's come and win a championship, so it is doable. But I think it does shock a few people that it's not as easy as the thing. But yeah, apparently, he's rage quit.
So he's quit the PS4 entirely, or is he just rage quit that game?
I'm sure he'll be back. I'm sure he'll be back.
I don't know.
I think he's planning on coming to Xbox.
Yeah, that's just as bad because that's even smaller player pool and even more hardcore players. So good luck with that.
Good. It's always good for a challenge.
It is. I mean, I think Drick, one of the finest players ever on any platform, especially Wood Elves. He said, I hope he does come to the Xbox because it gives them that big sort of franchise sort of coach who will obviously stream a lot of the games as well. So everybody on the Xbox are really happy that he may be coming. Obviously, the PS4 guys, they're happy. Anything what gives us good or any streams or anything like that, we'll quite happily have it. But apparently shut his stream down now, so I don't know what's happened. So hopefully we'll get a few more people coming here. Yeah, see, you don't want to come and watch us while bloody Jimmy's on, but look, you all come in now. I tell you should have come here first with Shagrath and Messi. I pay these guys good money, in not tipping them to come on this show. You've missed a great mastermind. Anyone who didn't see the mastermind earlier, watch on my YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do, because I'm desperate for subscribers to feel wanted. I'm getting old. I may not live. See you next year.
Unsubscribed.
Shagrath, you're the real dude, man. So anyway, basically, Coach Spotlight, Gimlick, awesome player, loves Elven Union. And he's a great necro coach. So there you go. Right, okay. Poll of the week. Woohoo! Poll of the week.
What's this?
Not polling like the Polish guy or girl. I tell you what, I remember seeing some Polish girls in Eurovision. Man, they made my day. And I tell you
those
what,
Eastern Europeans.
There was like they had like the boobs with a look like milkmaids, and they're scrubbing things up and down. and the song was horrendous. And all the judges on Eurovision, because I am a Eurovision fan, so I know that's going to lose me street cred. And all the judges, these old fuzzies, they gave them like bottom points. No one gave them. Hardly anybody in Eurovision gave them anything, because they thought it was filth and all this. United Kingdom,
outrageous.
though, we gave them 12 points. We gave them top spot. I was like, yes, you go UK. We know what we want. We want
That's what real music's all about.
Yeah.
But it could have been that United Kingdom just appreciate good music, and that's what I stand by. So yeah, poll means like a poll, like I tell you to vote on something, and then we'll see who gets what. And I must thank the Xbox community, because they've got Facebook pages, so it's a lot easier for me to do the polls. And that will be on the next show as well, on the Xbox show as well. But the poll of the week was this: which elf race is the best? Duran's been timed out by my Wisebot. Don't start giving me shit, because I don't control my Wisebot. I am old man. I don't know what he does. The Wisebot does what he wants when he wants. And it might be actually showing us the Polish Eurovision song, what would be good. Poll of the week: which elf race is the best? Guys, which elf race is the best? Start with you, Shaggers.
Dark elves. I would say dark elves.
Dark elves. Messi.
Yeah.
As in, which elf team is my favourite?
No, which team's the best? Well, if you want to call it
The
favourite,
best.
It's up to you.
Objectively, the best.
Objectively, the best is wood elves. But personally, I'm a dark elf fan, so my favourite is dark elf.
Objectively subjective.
Objectively
Tell you what.
Yeah, but it's woodies, man. It's woodies all the way.
Dark racism in full thing here. They'd rather vote for dark than white. There we go.
Well, I guess it would depend on what team value we're talking about here. If we're talking about maybe 1,000 PV, wood elves are probably better.
I would say I don't bloody know. I didn't make the fucking question up, but I did, so I can't really use that excuse. But the poll was this. The polls were wood elves were top with 43.9%. Dark elves was second, 25.7%. Elven Union was third with 16.6%, and the high elves, well, screw you guys, nobody loves you, 13.6%. So most people think wood elves, and I must admit, I sort of agree with that. But we've had a lot of good championship winners as dark elves. I think we've had more dark elf winners than we have wood elves on the PS4. I don't know if we've actually had in fact, no, we haven't. We've never had a wood elf PS4 winner. I think Cinemouse is.
Is that right? Is that a fact?
Yeah.
There's never been a wood elf winner
Not on the
or
PS4.
a high elf winner.
They've been to a final. Cinemouse's 2000 Wood Elf Scotland's final got beat by Dark Elves.
Right.
Yes. Everybody laughed when I said Sergal would beat Cinemouse, and even Durham was like, "No, what you smoking?" And what happened? Sergal won. My tip's not cursed. There you go. Enough said. So there was that poll. The next poll for next week's show will be who has the best chainsaw, but the 40k Goblin one will be excluded because we know everyone would pick that. So there you go.
Yeah.
We're coming to almost the end of the show, and we're gonna finish it with a debate. It's a nice quick one. Should Cyanide bring the tabletop rules to Blood Bowl 2? Shagra.
Oh. Disgusting question.
Not for this game. Not for this game. I think if they're going to do a Blood Bowl 3, sure.
Yeah. That's probably the compromise, isn't it? But you can't start out going for years heading towards one rule set and then just changing the goalposts. Plus,
exactly.
The new rule set, just because it's new doesn't mean it's better, and it's not better.
Right. I mean, I've not really seen the new rules apart from obviously what I've been told about piling on.
I'll send you a PDF. It's shocking.
Yeah. Like it's. I don't think they're that bad. I haven't played much tabletop, to be fair, but I have the rule set here at home, and it seems fine. The piling on is probably the biggest change.
Yeah.
But I think from a pure video game standpoint, you're going to alienate a lot of players if you just fuck around with the rules and just change everything.
Yeah, I mean, in chat, Trippers don't think they could do it even if they wanted to. Bear Skills is more interested in teams. I've been nagging about that all the time, as Mercy will tell you. I want to see more teams. It really gets
how many teams are left?
Well,
how
it
many
doesn't
teams
matter.
are left?
Just
Like 2 or 3?
just start making them. Let's be like here. Let's milk the fans for cash. We've got to make money somehow. I mean, give me the license. I'll soon make bloody spotted giraffes who can throw a long bomb on a 2+. No problem. I think yeah, there you go. A giraffe with long neck +1 to intercepts catches it in his mouth. There you go. I can see it now.
Oh God.
But there is. I mean, I'm trying not to get on my high horse here, but for God's sake, man, Chaos Pacts. We've never had them. Why? It's about time.
Yeah.
Chaos Pact. What the hell is going on with that? Seriously, why? We've had a Chaos
They're
Edition
rubbish.
without. I don't
They're
care if they're
rubbish.
crap. It just bugs me that they've never been in it. They've never been in it. Corn.
You could do. You could do the other Chaos Gods too, yeah. Corn, Slanesh, or.
Someone said I read on the
Yeah,
forum.
I'd like to see the Corn team definitely.
Yeah,
they were brilliant in Blood Bowl 1, so it would be great to see them again.
I personally didn't like Corn because I thought they was made wrong.
Oh, 1 second, guys.
Oh, he's got. Hey, that's it. The postman's there. That's one of my Playful Rivals gone.
Yeah, they were different, but I just like it was just extra variety, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's what you want.
It's just another thing, yeah, man.
The Bloodthirster. Oh,
yeah,
he was great. He was great.
Goodness, yeah.
But I don't see why they haven't got Case Packed. I mean, it really does bug me that because they've got the skins, so why can't they do? I don't know. I mean, the thing is, as well, people. If you invest all this sort of time in the game, surely you'd want to make more money, and obviously they are bankrolling it as well. You know, with the Champions Cup, they are giving you like cash and all that sort of stuff as well. So
yeah, true. Well, I'm sure they must have something in the pipes. You know, I don't think. I'd be surprised if it was the last installment.
Yeah. But I'm a bit worried.
We just have to watch this space. You know?
I'm a bit worried they might. Blue boxes for Blood Bowl 3. I got a worry that they may bring like Case Packs on like Blood Bowl 3. And it's a bit annoying. I hope Blood Bowl 3 didn't come out for a long time because they've had all these bugs they need to sort out on Blood Bowl 2 and they've done well to do it. And now we've finally got the game. I don't want them saying, oh, by the way, now you've got to buy another one. Yeah, like another add-on like Case Edition would be good. Yeah, Golden Grenade, that'd be good. I'd like to see that. So, I don't know, 15, 20 quid and you get some nice features and you get the Chaos Pact, maybe with Corn. Tzench. Someone said on the forums that they'd seen the Tzench badges in the game or something. That would be good.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
What?
I don't know. I'm just saying what race.
Okay, yeah, badges, giraffes, whatever you like, mate. Yeah, whatever gets your wallet out.
Apparently, there's badges in the software client or whatever.
Badges? I thought you said badges.
Not badges.
What are you going on about? Giraffes, badges? What the hell is going on, man? What is this team?
If someone makes Tzench badges, me and Messi is suing you. That's the copyright. That's us. Don't start pinching our Tzench badges. That'd be the ethos going. That's an awesome idea. We'll have that. A badger ref or something keeps badgering players. So yeah.
They bunged a load of symbols and stuff in there. At the creation of the game, but that's that's just junk that's thrown in the files. It doesn't mean anything.
But why would you put it there if you're not going to have them?
Well, it's just a thing, you know. It's a lot of games have like if you dive into the files, there's a load of junk in there. It doesn't mean anything. And I think when they originally came up with Legendary Edition, there was kind of quite a hot debate about whether we should call it Legendary Edition, because people will think it's going to be the same packaging and marketing as Blood Bowl 1 was, where they had Legendary Edition and then Chaos Edition. So everyone assumes that there will be a Chaos Edition, where that was never the idea.
Right.
And they should have called Legendary something else, so just so that everyone wouldn't draw the parallel.
Yeah.
But having said that, there's no reason why they couldn't bung a couple of Chaos teams in there, is there?
To me, it would be good. But I think as well, it would just make them money. And at the end of the day, they need to make money. And I think, if they made Chaos Pact or, I don't know, Tzench or bring Korn back, then it's going to make them money. And that's got to be good for them in the long run, because obviously helps.
Yeah, well, it depends on how sales are going for Legendary, because in the great scheme of things, it wasn't released that long ago, so I guess they'll have to wait for sales to start waning off.
I think personally, they're going to have a Chaos Edition, like I think Warning Grenade said, in that they're going to bring maybe Chaos Pact and Corn, because that would be a proper Chaos Edition, and they'd make money that way. People
they're already established. They don't have to design the team, because the teams are designed and there,
Yeah. Yeah, so
all they'd have to do is the artwork.
But it's interesting that a few people in the chat as well about obviously the rules. They were saying, yeah, we don't want the new tabletop rules. So there's
the rules are disgusting. No, they rushed them out the door just so they could sell models. That's what Games Workshop.
So basically,
they just want to sell new stuff. They don't care about the balance of the game or anything like that.
So basically,
there's quite interesting aspects here and there, but most of it's just nonsense.
So basically, they did an Age of Sigmar then. Yeah, that's what
they did. Yes, indeed, exactly. They Sigmar'd it up to the max.
You just Sigmar Blood Bowl, god damn it! I'm gonna get shot for that now. But there you go. So we are done. Mercy the legend. He's still here. Unfortunately, Shagrath was taken out by the postman, who always delivers. So he's not here. But thank you to the guy up there in heaven after receiving my package. And unfortunately, somebody else will have to take the human player spot. It is what it is. Hopefully we will see them giraffes and them Tizench badgers in the not too far distant future. Because I claim I will win it with them giraffes, and I bet they can bloody kick a bloody penalty goal as well. And they'll give a tree run for the money, I'll tell you. But it's great to be back. The Nuffle Shuffle will be back hopefully in a week or two.
We missed the show, man. We missed the show.
If you came in late, I'm going to export this to my YouTube channel now. Watch the Mastermind. Shagrath versus Mercy Flush. It was hilarious. Both these really good sports. And it was amazing. So even if you just go back to watch that part of the show, the Mastermind between Mercy and Shagrath was amazing and a lot of fun. And I will be having that again next time. I think Teddy Tom's coming on. There's Shagrath now.
Awesome.
Obviously the postman didn't deliver, unless he's put him on an island somewhere with Wi-Fi. So yeah, I mean obviously next show we'll have Teddy Tom and I'll find somebody else to take him on in the Mastermind Challenge, and I'll obviously try and bring that across to the Xbox as well, because I think it's a lot of fun and a lot more fun doing it that way. So that's us done. Thanks again to Mercy. Great to have you on board. Thanks to Shagrath, my lovable Canadian friend over there. Good luck to Shagrath in the playoffs. I don't know if you will get there, but if we do, good luck to both of us. We can start deleting teams.
It's going to be a tough few days.
Well, we'll get some dirt on some of the teams. We'll get them disqualified. I think we'll make it no problem. Same old. To be fair, you don't even have to qualify these days. You just pick your team, finish about third, and for some bizarre reason, the team who was supposed to accept the ticket never do, and you get in. So.
Admin corruption alive and well.
Can we watch the Jimmy game replay after the show? Real shot. I'm going to export it now. Please go onto the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, you bloody should have. But look, it's a good show anyway, but look for the bit Mastermind. It was so funny. It was Mastermind head-to-head with the buzzers. The buzzers were great. Mercy, do you just want to press your buzzer just one more time for me?
Kind of a big deal, Mercy.
There you go. I'd ask Shagrath if he forgets us. He didn't even know where he's from, this poor lad. But it was really, really good. This isn't a new thing. I've been doing the Triple Show for quite a while now. Just I've been really busy, but it'll be back. And good old Teddy Tom will be with me, the Mystic Ted.
It's been a bit of a hiatus, but yeah, it's good to be back, mate.
I must apologise. We forgot to do. I am going to do it now, but we forgot to do the playoff final. God, Fan Fox is going to kill me. I blame the Mastermind show. Yep, and even the dog agrees. There you go. The dog's back.
Oh, you've set him off now.
We've set him off now. But yeah, there's rumours the final might be on Saturday. Sadly, if it is on a Saturday, I will not be able to stream it because unfortunately I'm working that day. And it's a Eurovision Saturday as well. I don't miss Eurovision for no one.
Is that why it was on your mind earlier?
Yeah, Eurovision. If you've not seen, if Eurovision, type in Eurovision on YouTube, Israel Eurovision 18. It will blow your mind. The first 10 seconds you'll be like, oh my god, what am I tripping on? That's how crazy Eurovision is. And if you want some really good clean fun, check for Polish Eurovision Maids. It was about 2015. That was the best song ever. But there you go.
My god, man.
Last thing, the Formula picked Fan Fox to win the championship, and guess what? He's one of the finalists. Formula Works Benny's tip isn't cursed. # joke's on you. But yeah, I'm rambling. Macy's got to go to San. Many of his fans work.
Yeah, I've got to skedaddle.
His barrows on them women's breasts, and I've got to go and do the boring stuff, cook tea for the kids. So thanks again, love you, Olivia, and we'll be back in a week or two with the next Nuffle Shuffle. If you want to be on the show, drop us a message. I'll be quite happy to have anybody on. And there we go. Thanks again, guys. Take care, and we'll see you on the next show. Bye bye.